it might be hard to detect, oh, are they manipulating me or not? And you may think, oh, they do this unconsciously. They did not mean to hurt me. That was just because they were sad, they were angry, they were tired, or anything like that. That's not about me. I shouldn't be worried about this. I shouldn't be angry with them about their behavior because they did not mean what they did. But that's how you enable the manipulations. The only possible way to diagnose this situation is to talk to them directly and say, I don't like your behavior. Change this, please. And if you're not doing this, they are manipulating you. And it does not matter if it's subconsciously or consciously. Do they do this on purpose because they are angry with you and they cannot express things directly to you? Or they hate you and that's how they express their anger towards you? Or they don't realize that they are doing this, or they stop caring about you and that's why they're doing this. It does not really matter, because the moment you focus on their motives, you will start to treat yourself poorly. You will think, oh, I should be understanding, I should be nicer because maybe something is off with them and I don't know the whole story. You should be kinder to everyone else except me, right? Because they're treating you badly, and instead of defending yourself, you're trying to accept and find a reason, a motive where this behavior will be acceptable. And that's how people will manipulate you even more and more and more, because they will know that every time they do something awful towards you, they will know exactly that in your head, you will produce a reality where their behavior is acceptable because there's some kind of motive or reason for their behavior. And so that you will accept their bare minimum and you won't go away because you will constantly be focusing on the motives. But the moment you forget about the motive and say it doesn't matter, it was subconsciously, unconsciously, I talked through this thing, I asked them to change, they did not do anything, they did not change. That's the response. And it doesn't matter about the motive, whatever. It's how do you feel in this situation? Does it damage you? Do you like how they treat you? Do you feel comfortable around those people or not? If you don't, that does not matter whenever they're sad, tired, or anything. We're growing up adults. This means that they have to adjust their behavior and go with their emotions themselves. You're not the one to be responsible for being caring and supportive all the time because they had a bad day, in a bad mood, or something is not perfect in their life. Because I know exactly that if something goes off in your life, you won't be allowed to express the same behavior, and they will be expecting you to act normally without any deviations in your behavior. And if you cannot be tired, angry, without any consequences, they're manipulating you and they're just using you because they know that you will stand their behavior. Because you're too focused on those motives that in your head there should be some kind of a decent reason why they behave this way, because you cannot imagine behaving this way yourself because it's unacceptable for you, and they know exactly how you think, and that's why they're gonna use this pattern of thinking against you. And that's why the only possible way to avoid this game is to focus on how you feel around those people. You're only responsible for giving access to people who respect you, treat you great, and they change their behavior if you talk with them about how you feel and that you don't like what they are doing towards you. But you also have to understand that you cannot make everyone do whatever you want them to do because we're all like separate human beings. So, for example, I don't know, they ate your food and you come to them and say, well, you ate my food, I don't like it because I kept this for my dinner and I was tired from work and then I got home, I don't have any food left. At least buy something for me in exchange, or don't eat my food in further days. And if they hear you, change their behavior and they will be like, okay, I won't do this anymore. But if you expect a person change their style, change their personality, in terms of their hobbies, what they do separately from you as your partner, that's not them being manipulative, but that's their life, and you chose them because they were bearing those genes initially, and that's their personality. They like it, and you have to accept it, or change your partner if it's a no for you. But if you're saying to them directly, "Oh, I don't like your jeans, don't wear them at all," that's not being expressing your feelings. That's trying to change a whole person around you, how you perceive a person should be and behave. That's totally not okay, and they're right to resist this change and not change their behavior. I mean, you can agree that, for example, when you go to some kind of events, they don't wear it in front of you, but they wear those jeans when they meet other people, and when you have some separate time, or when they go to work, and when you don't see. But you're not the one to make them throw those jeans away. So the whole idea here is that it's more about the actions, what actually directly influence you and make you feel heard, the ones what you can talk through and ask a person to change. If a person is not changing and they continue doing those things, they know that you will try to find a reason for their bad behavior. And if you're changing someone's personality and it's not directly affecting your life, and it's just the way you don't like how a person behaves, but it's not really towards you, but it's like the way of their own expression, that's a different thing. And you have to understand those two differences between naming if a person is manipulating you or they're trying to protect their personality and you are trying to change them just because you think that you can change other person based on your belief how a partner should look like. Because if you have a very strong belief of how a person should look like, choose accordingly. Choose the one who fits your idea of the partner. Don't try to break other people.